All right, you guys, this is Dad on Sticks. My name is Anthony. I'm 47-year-old gamer, and I just want to kind of show you my gaming setup. So let's talk all about it. All right, so let's point out a few obvious things. This is my 4K 32-inch gaming monitor. This is a 1080p. I think it's like 19 inches side monitor. I strictly use that only for OBS. Everything else happens here in terms of gaming. We've got the PlayStation 5 Pro sitting here. We've got the Xbox Series X, a couple of PlayStation controllers. There's my headset at the moment. We'll talk about that in a little more detail. And then we have the actual gaming PC down here, sitting on the side because this box is too big for that little area. I'll tell you an interesting story about that here in a second. And the computer that I had before this actually fit in there. But at this time it does not. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the windows actually and get a little more natural light in here. I also have, what do you call it? A green screen, big green screen right there. And then this is actually my gaming chair. So this gaming chair is actually a recliner. This thing actually folds back. Let me go ahead and show you. And it does stretch out like that. That's kind of what I sit in. And then I do share this room with my wife, so that's her little area there. And then I have these Hue lights, lighting strips and light bulbs here, as you can see. If you've watched any of my streams, I can make these turn colors and stuff like that. And then my nieces do come here like once a week. My wife watches them. And so there's some toys and stuff in here for little kids, little girls especially. Then I have just a little dinner table here to hold my beverages away, and so that I don't put any beverages on any of the desk, the gaming desk here. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about a couple of things. So I'm relatively new to the PC gaming space, and I want to show you a couple of things. This is a Corsair Vengeance. This is actually the remote for the monitor. I can actually switch this over. I'm going to switch this over to PC and give you a little more information on the Corsair system that I have here. So as you can see here, this is a, oops, let me just rotate this screen a little bit. This is a Corsair Vengeance. It's got a AMD Ryzen 9 9900X processor in it. There's the motherboard information, and then down here we have an RTX 4090. Now, this is a pre-built PC. I did buy this from Best Buy. I have not used a Windows PC in probably 20 years, and I wasn't interested in building a PC at all. I bought a pre-built. I went to Best Buy for this. Roast me in the comments. I kind of don't care. I knew that I did not want to build a PC, so I bought one pre-built. And I said if I was going to go down that road, I wanted the most powerful machine I could get at the time. And so it was definitely very expensive. It was probably, I don't know, about $4 grand for this system here. And for the most part, it delivers a fantastic experience. However, this is not the PC that I started with. This is actually a replacement PC. Initially, I bought a CyberPower PC, and this is the keyboard that came with that because this system did not come with a keyboard or a mouse. So this mouse was given to me by one of my kids. I'm using the old keyboard from there. And I actually did give like a gaming keyboard a try, but I don't think it's for me, man. I have like this little gaming half Red Dragon keyboard here. Listen, I named this channel Dad on Sticks for a reason. I don't think I can get into keyboard gaming. I'm a controller guy all the way. And if I suffer in first-person shooters due to dead stick or latency or whatever, it is what it is. Then I just die, right? And I'm all anyways. My reflexes aren't that great, but it is what it is. Gaming on a keyboard and a mouse is not for me. I just want to make that super clear. Super clear. But I do want to share my experience because with the gaming PC, because when I first, this wasn't the PC that I started off with. This is a replacement PC. Originally, I had a CyberPower PC, as you can see here by the keyboard brand. And the issue that I was having was that it had one of those bad Intel chips in them. And the fucking computer, man, it would just, it was a mess. It was the worst experience. It reinforced why I hated Windows. And my heart was broken. and you know, I bought my kids a couple of gaming PCs, and so I was really, really upset about that. I mean, it was just a terrible experience. I cannot tell you how much trouble I had, like trying to record video, stream video. Colors were really bad. They weren't matching the game. It was just a wreck. And then I just started getting the blue screen of death over and over and over again. And I was hating life. So Best Buy, they Geek Squad warrantied it out. Because when I took it into them, the moment they booted it up, it blue screened. So I had to wait a couple of weeks for them to ship the replacement because I wanted another. All I did was order another powerful machine. But I guess the Corsair brand was a better, well-known brand. Not just with the people at Best Buy, but a lot of the people that I spoke to as well. And so they recommended I get this Corsair. And so that's what I did. I ordered this Corsair. And for all intents and purposes, it's been great. I have not had any problems. Occasionally, OBS is a little glitchy. But I guess swapping scenes or killing the app and rebooting the app tends to solve that issue. So I'm able to get around that with minimal effort. And then I'm able to record my video, stream my video, or whatever. So, but that CyberPower PC experience, oh man. And I bought my kids CyberPower PCs too for like Christmas and the holidays and stuff like that, right? As a surprise. So I just went in there and bought them a pre-built. I asked them if the specs were good, and then I bought them that. And so naturally, I went back for a CyberPower PC of my own, and then it just went to bloody hell. So, but this computer's great, man. Listen, I fired up Red Dead Redemption here. I'm getting like 160 frames. It looks amazing compared to console. Most games do, actually. And yeah, the gaming on PC, I'm slowly kind of working my way there. I still actually prefer console. Mostly right now I'm playing on my PlayStation 5 Pro. And the nice thing about that versus the Xbox Series X or the base PlayStation 5 is you don't really have to pick and choose between performance and fidelity. Right now, the PlayStation Store has over 250 games that are PS5 Pro enhanced. So most of those games, all good, no problems there. And it offers more fidelity than the Xbox Series X. And so unfortunately, that's just a fact of life. Listen, there was a moment, there was about a 4-year period until the Pro dropped where gaming on the Xbox Series X was actually the better experience. You got more fidelity because it was a more powerful machine. And I had both. So trust me when I say I booted up Red Dead on PlayStation 5 base, and then I booted it up on the Xbox Series X, Red Dead Redemption looked a lot better on the Series X than it did the base PlayStation 5. Unfortunately, that has not got an enhancement. There's a bunch of rumors flying around right now that thing's going to get a remaster for the console. We'll see. If that happens, maybe I'll put up a video on it. But in any case, gaming on PC, it is, listen, when it works, it's a fantastic experience. I have one complaint about gaming on this particular unit. Maybe this is just me. if you have some workarounds and you're watching this video and you've stuck around for this long to at least get to this point, my biggest gripe right now is as much money as I've paid for this machine, I should be able to have a wireless gamepad controller gaming experience, okay? As it stands right now, it's practically incompatible with the PlayStation controllers, and it is wirelessly compatible with the Xbox controller. However, you can feel there's a latency problem, and you can feel that. And I know what that feels like because I also have a PlayStation Portal, and I don't play on that thing because of the latency. I know there's a lot of people putting up videos about how they're using it. I think they're just doing that for content. There's a latency, especially with live gaming, but you can feel it in single player gaming as well. So in any case, for all the money that you pay, you should be able to use a gaming controller wirelessly, okay? That's what I enjoy about console gaming, is the wireless experience with the headset and the controllers, okay? So for me, I enjoy that experience. Having to plug my controller back, having to plug my controller in, it genuinely feels like a step back. Like I just feel like I shouldn't have to plug my controller in, right, to get that amazing fidelity and frame rates. But it is what it is. That's my experience as it is. Maybe yours is a little bit different. Maybe your mileage varies, but that's my experience, okay? Let me show you a couple other things. Okay, so as I mentioned, let me just zoom it out here really quickly. Can I zoom? All right, let me show you a couple other things. So this is the small monitor that I use, and like I said, I primarily use this just to run OBS while I'm streaming or recording any gameplay. As you can see, I also have a capture card connected from my PlayStation to the PC. The capture card is back here, back behind the monitor. Let me see if I can get you a shot behind the monitor, okay? Obviously, I've got this selfie light up here. You can see that. And so I'm playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima right now. And I'm mostly live streaming that. And if I'm not streaming from the console, I'm using OBS. And so this is what this monitor is for. I do not use this monitor for gaming in any form or fashion. I think I already showed you the keyboard and the mouse. Oh, by the way, that old CyberPower PC that I was talking about, it actually fit in there. And that's why I had bought this desk originally, this corner desk, is because that unit fit in there. But when I ordered the replacement PC, this Corsair unfortunately was too big to fit in there, and so for that reason it's on the floor. It comes with all this RGB lighting stuff as well. You know, it's a little bright in here, so you're probably not seeing that very well, but yeah, I wanted to throw that in there before I move on. And then also, this monitor I bought this from Best Buy. So this is actually the monitor right here on the Best Buy website. This is a 32-inch Odyssey OLED G8 4K UHD 240 Hertz 0.03 millisecond smart gaming monitor with HDR. I'm pretty happy with this monitor. Honestly, I wish it was bigger. As an older guy who's into gaming, as I'm starting to age, my eyes are actually getting a little bit bad. And so the further away I can sit from the screen, the better, generally speaking. I also have the PlayStation high definition camera right here. And then this is the Logitech camera that I'm using that's plugged into the PC. And so if you look here, you can see that I'm waving into that camera, right? And then, so those are the specs on the monitor. Those are the specs on the PC. Obviously, there's not too much to talk about in regards to the specs of the consoles. We already know what those are. I did mention I have a PlayStation Portal that is hiding right here. I don't use it too much, mostly because of the latency thing. But however, I did buy this originally to give the to give the rear end a break from all the sitting in the chair, right? If you get into some extended gaming sessions that go 2 or 3 hours, at my age, your rear end kind of starts to hurt from all the sitting. And so I got the Portal thinking it could give me some relief and I could just stretch out on the couch, but the latency has been a real big problem. I also have the little earbuds that PlayStation recently came out with, but I got them only mostly for the Portal, but unfortunately I don't use the Portal very much, and so for those reasons I don't use those earbuds very much. But I still have it, and don't ask me why I'm hanging on to it. I probably need to sell it. This headset is what I'm currently using right now. This is the Sony InZone H92s, I believe. That is a fantastic headset. The mic is so good that I'm starting to use that instead of this studio mic right here that you can see here that's connected to this arm. And the reason why is because it does a better job at noise canceling than the studio mic does. The studio mic, unfortunately, doesn't do very good at blocking out background noises. So if my kids are gaming and they're playing some sort of competitive game and they're raging and yelling, a lot of times that would get picked up in that mic. So this headset has been really helpful in that regard. And the other benefit to that is I can move around freely in game. Like if I need to stand and game, I can do that, and I don't have to be connected to this microphone, right? Because this microphone's connected to an arm. And so if I'm gaming, in order for people to hear me, I need to be kind of, up on the mic, kind of like this. Let me see if I can get myself in the frame. So I need to be talking to this mic this closely, as most studio mics are designed for you to talk to, like this. And so the headset microphone gives me a little bit of freedom in that regard. Okay, so let me see, what else can I show you here? I also have an Xbox controller, Xbox Elite controller in here. A couple of pads on the back. Oh gosh, I really don't use that controller that much. I'm really not using the Xbox very much at all, but it is plugged in. It is connected to the monitor, okay? Let me show you. All right, as you can see there, it's connected to the monitor. There we go. Let me see if this gimbal is being a little janky. So the Xbox, listen. Oops, let me turn it on. It's plugged in. It's ready to go. I'm just not using it that much. Between the PlayStation console and then just between gaming on the PC, I'm just not using it that much. But here's a few games that I was playing. I thought Hellblade was fantastic. I played a lot of PUBG, a lot. Let me see how many hours I have here. Does it show me my hours? Game details, hold on. Show and store. Is there a way for you to? Well, anyway, listen, I played this game a ton. Let me see if there's any information here. I guess not. But I have more hours than you would believe in that game, okay? But unfortunately, I'm just not using the console that much. If Xbox puts out a better, more powerful console than the PlayStation 5 Pro, I will be playing on that console, because I'm looking for the best, absolute best gaming experience possible that you can get from a console. But I still hold on to it. I am not using Game Pass at all. But that's the controller that I have for the console. Also, down here, I actually have an Xbox headset. So I typically use whatever the manufacturer makes in terms of consoles and headsets. So this is an Xbox headset. It's really good, actually. I really did like the functionality in this headset in terms of just rotating this dial for volume. On this other side, you have chat and game. And then down here on the back side, this was a mute button right here where my thumb is. That's a mute button for the mic. And so this headset was good. It was well done. It worked beautifully with the Xbox. And so I have no complaints about that. What else? I think I showed you my capture card, the two webcams. These are my controllers and my charging station for my controllers, okay? Obviously, I use this PlayStation Pulse competitive controller for like Warzone. I play a lot of Warzone, I play a lot of PUBG. And right now I'm playing a lot of 2K. And let's see what else we got. Let me go ahead and just turn this monitor back on. Oh, sheesh. And we'll go over to the PlayStation 5. I think it actually timed out because it was on and it wasn't using it, so it went into sleep mode. But the PlayStation's booting up here. And so these are kind of the games that I have installed right now. In the beginning, when I first got the console, I was doing like a lot of PlayStation 5 Pro tested videos. I kind of got away from that. I do want to get back into them though. But this is kind of what's going on in regards to the PlayStation. Let me turn the controller on really quickly. And then this is currently what I'm playing, Ghost of Yotei, all right? I've got 30 hours into this game already. Let's look at 2K. 2K, I have 169 hours in 2K. Call of Duty, Warzone, 900 hours on this console, okay? That doesn't include the Xbox hours or the PC hours, okay? So I've played Warzone on all three platforms. Obviously, the PC offers the best Warzone experience right now because I can literally play that in 4K at 240 frames per second. 240 frames is life-changing. 120, I think, is the bare minimum. I can't wait until consoles are doing all games at 120, because right now it's hit or miss. Some games do it, some games don't. For the most part, it's 60 frames. And then with the older consoles, you got to choose between like 30 and 60. So anyways, I was also playing a lot of Horizon. I'm trying to platinum that game. I've got 55 hours there. I ran through, let's see, Zero Dawn. That took me about 48 hours to get through, but I did not platinum that game. God of War, same thing, 64 hours. So yeah, this is pretty much my entire setup. And then, oh, also, got to just show you this really quickly. These are my glasses to help with eye strain, because I was developing eye strain from staring at the monitors too long. And then last but not least, just my MacBook Pro. I kind of just use this to monitor the stream the way you would if you were watching it as a viewer. And so, you know, this is the YouTube dashboard. And then when I'm streaming, I'll have the stream up here myself, and I like to just occasionally check the stream, make sure the audio is good, make sure you guys are getting the best visual and audio experience available. And yeah, that's kind of my setup here. So I'm not using this mic too much at the moment because of the headset. Do have a green screen. I haven't really done that much since I have started streaming regularly. I think right now I'm just using a little bit of picture-in-picture. And then these lights do glow whenever I'm streaming. They'll be colored. So that's my setup. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.